Good evening, everybody.
Yep. That's
got
my
Tom.
line.
Well, you were fooling around with
I
the
was-
controls, so I took off, okay? You know, I'm not going to sit here like a
Good.
dodo.
Good.
So,
Good. Wait,
welcome tonight. We're getting ready to go. You got, if you want to call us, give us a call at 855-984-7499.
Well, let everybody know.
or at Maury Taylor. Tweet us if you want.
Let everybody know about the show, and
I'll let you go now.
Okay,
I
all
turned it
right.
over to you.
Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to GrizzNation here on the GrizzNation Radio Network. My name is Thomas LeDuc, and I am very happy to be joining the gentleman to my left here that you can listen to on the GrizzNation Radio Network or over at thegrizz.com live. The one, the only, the Grizz, Mr. Maury Taylor. How are
He
you,
was
sir?
a little slow with that, but welcome tonight.
No, you
Tom.
are
Welcome
you're
tonight.
fired up. You're fired up. You're ready to go.
I tell you, it's when you look and you watch 30,000 out there with Donald Trump and
In
Mobile, Alabama.
Mobile, Alabama.
It's a hot night to come out of that. That place wasn't air conditioned. You know, they didn't fly by it and spray all the mosquitoes that were biting the hell out of 30. So,
Well, you know, Trump pays everybody to go to his rallies, allegedly. So how much did he have to pay 30,000
No,
people to go out there?
I don't think he paid a penny.
He didn't pay a penny?
Well, he had
Okay.
to pay some money for renting a stadium, I imagine, and
Yeah.
everything else. But it says a lot. I mean, when you think about, you go to Ferguson, they don't, they're all rioting out in the street, burning buildings and everything. There's not 30,000 people there,
No.
just a bunch of gangs. So anyhow, it's really good to see people are getting interested in what's going on. This is way before the season starts. We got probably another month before people really start getting involved.
Yep.
And when you see the people turning out, you got to say to yourself, hey, the silent majority is coming up. And the thing that Washington's going nuts. The media's going nuts. Because the media, they think that what you tell them, that's the way it should be. If they want to cover for Hillary, they want to cover for all the Democrats. They'll lie through their skin. They'll print lies. But that's just the way it is. So I'm getting excited about watching what's going on.
It's only August of the year before.
I know, and it's going to roll, and at least we're going to have some entertainment.
Yeah.
And I think
That's
he's
true.
real sincere when he wants to make this country great. I don't know if he keeps talking about Carl Icahn. I don't know if Carl would be the one. I think Carl looks for his own pocketbook pretty much. But he's getting old, so who knows. Anyhow, Hillary. They just can't get Hillary out of the news.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at, they dragged some undersecretary of state out that was some congresswoman that she got out because she was going to get thrown out. I don't know where she's from. Oh, that every secretary had their own. They had all this. And she says, that everything for confidential goes through the government. And then she kind of like took a swipe at the two inspecting generals that are independent, supposedly. And then she took a swipe, a typical politician. Oh, federal judge, he was talking about something else. This is nothing. Yeah, Dave. That's what
was that?
she. Yeah, babe.
Babe.
She's got a babe too.
In
I
case
mean, give me a
that's
break.
right. Just for the listening audience at home.
Hillary's my number one babe.
When Maury says babe, you have to equate that to Hillary Clinton, not somebody who was just on the front of Sports Illustrated, but Hillary Clinton when he says babe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
I just wanted to clear that up.
She can't even. Bill could lie with such a straight face.
He's good at it.
Bill made the perfect used car salesman. And, she wants to tell you that she knows everything. Think about it. She was on the Senate or congressional, I forget which one, back when Nixon
Yep,
was up for being thrown out.
that's right.
So I thought back, that was in the 70s. Hillary's been in the Washington scene for over 35 years. That's almost half her friggin' life. All right? No wonder she doesn't know how to tell the truth. But she's she's really slipping. And the Democrats, I think that this is great. I want the Democrats to keep her in, because all you union boys out there, if you think you're going to have excitement for those to go out, no way. You're just going to have to find all the homeless and the drunks who don't even know what you're doing, that you're going to give them a bottle, you're going to give them cigarettes that you do, and get them to go vote for her. Or over in Chicago, you
Get
got
some
enough
dead people.
cemeteries.
Yep, that's right.
You're going to be going back, 200-300 years maybe if you can find them.
Richard Daley was really good at that.
It's crazy. It's not going to go away. This thing is really bad, and the big Democrats know it. So you guys just sit there. You deserve what you've done to this country. You deserve to get just blown out of the water. That's what you do. And of course, Hillary. Oh, this is like some white ring conspiracy. Responsible. Keep it in the news, folks. There's an FBI criminal investigation. And you know what's so funny? They lie to you. They march out the guys that are they're so stupid, like, oh, the FBI is just investigating this. They're not investigating anybody. They have nothing to do. They've hired so many people. So it's crazy. And of course, the federal judge, State Department, told the federal judge that they got 305 more emails from Hillary's private server. They've been flagged by the intelligence agencies. But, it just keeps going on.
And she scrubbed it.
And who cares? She didn't even know they had this one out in Colorado. And she didn't even know now there was a second server. A second server. Is she that stupid, that naive? But, this is interesting because, this Uma, that's
Uma Weiner.
That's Uma Weiner.
Uma Weiner.
She's the one that, all upset with the Secret Service. They didn't carry her bag, but she's bad too. But she's been with Hillary since Hillary's been around. And you got to question her sanity because she married ex-Congressman Anthony Weiner.
Weiner,
the fruitcake that he was on all the news. His lips were running, and he was just talking like this. He's all the time talking to you.
Wait a minute.
Just that New York out of the nose.
Wait a minute.
And then, of course,
he
had to send everybody. He had a Twitter account. He had a Facebook account.
Did you call him a fruitcake?
He's a fruitcake. Because he took pictures of himself and would send them out. And then he'd lie about that. He's a real screwball. And she stayed with him. I guess Hillary, the babe, gave her some counseling. You have to stay with them.
Uma Weiner got counseling from the babe.
The babe, because you remember when Hillary and they first run and came out about Billy and Jennifer Flowers, that was all a right-wing conspiracy. Everything. Billy never did it. He hasn't stopped, okay? He's still out doing it. But, and then, of course, they got that lawyer. What's that lawyer? Kendall? Is that his name? And,
I don't know.
He's going to turn the stupid card in, too. He's just going to play stupid. I didn't know. The whole thing is, the ones that are going to keep, everybody thinks, Joe's going to buy Biden. Biden. They show all these polls. Folks, this country is upset for you guys that are doing these polls. And trust me, this country would never elect a Joe Biden after we've had Obama.
Oh,
okay?
don't curse it.
Oh, no way. And then, if you think, all you Democrats, that without them, they should go and bring in John Kerry, our current negotiator, Kerry.
Does he have his own server?
His hair is growing because his brain went to, you got it, fertilizer. So that brain mass didn't work. Couldn't even figure out how to deal with them. So it is pathetic. It's really pathetic. The good part is that just like the sun comes up, sun goes down.
Right.
These fools, they'll all be gone, and can't wait for that. Then the next guy has got a lot to do, and you got to get somebody. You can't send a politician in there.
I'm gonna give you a little.
You got a tweeter there?
No, hold on. I'm going to give you a little leeway because you're saying that Joe or the Dems don't have a chance. You did call that Hillary was going to be in trouble and probably won't get the nomination like 5 weeks ago.
Yeah, so but I'll tell you, the Republicans can put almost anybody up there. If the Democrats were, the Democrats have gone so far left. They don't even know what to do, and they can't get out of it because they're sitting there with like that Elizabeth Warren from Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Massachusetts just keeps sending us all these friggin' wackos. Then when they got one Brown, they threw him out, so he moved to New Hampshire. At least he's back where at least he can actually talk sanity. You can't talk to all those people.
But he still got beat up there.
Yeah. Because you see, he has a little bit of honor, and he went against an ex-governor, and she lied like hell too.
Yeah.
And everybody gave her a pass, but now they know she'd never win.
Right.
And then look at that, Senator Maskell down in Missouri.
Yeah.
And she's come out. She's for the Iran. You want to talk about Iran? Let me tell you something, folks. That thing is a joke. It is such a joke. And I got that in our talking points, so we'll let that go. Hopefully you'll remember to bring up the senator from Missouri. Cause
I can bring up the senator
She's
from
also one that's a little local. I mean, the whole thing.
Claire McCaskill. Claire McCaskill, yeah.
Why don't she just resign? She doesn't work for Obama. She's supposed to represent the people of Missouri. And what is she telling the people in Missouri? You take a poll of them, you'll find probably 65% are against the damn deal.
Right.
And so she's going against 65. This is what's so stupid about these people. The other thing we need is you just turn around and the ISA.
Hold on. Can you hold on 1 second? Because I want to tell people if they want to call in and talk to you about Anthony Weiner being a fruitcake or about Hillary being called a babe. They can call us right now live at 855-984-7499. That's 855-984-7499. And then you can also tweet us at Maury Taylor and go to thegrizz.com and watch us.
Well,
I just want the people to know.
Who are the tweeters that have tweeted in?
I'll get to that in a minute here.
Get your tweeters there.
I'll get to that in a second.
And we'll answer your tweeters or mention them on the air here.
The tweeters,
anyhow,
yes.
The ISA, it's come out now. Mm-hmm. It's been leaking out in drabs and drabs. But
dribbles and dibbles.
Everybody says, they got to come up with all these new laws for immigrate. Hey, folks. Obama's people have just not enforced the laws. They've been ignoring them in the most dangerous ways possible. We knew these idiots in Washington were turning a blind eye to securing the border, But listen, in all fairness, folks, this went all the way into the Bush, everything else.
Oh, yeah.
He tried to have compassion.
Oh, yeah.
This gets nuts, okay? So ICE now, Obama's pushing them to let the dangerous criminals, these are illegals, folks. They're not even supposed to be here. And if they commit a crime, what the hell? They get better treatment than ours. We just turn them loose again. We're not sending them back. And law enforcement knows what's going on. And they're worried now how to
his immigration proposals are acknowledging these real problems. And even the media did not pay any attention. You look at the people, the cops that got shot illegal. You go look at how many times, and they, everybody wants to sit there and we don't understand. Yeah, we understand. And all of you fools that really think that, why don't we just enlist you up, send you to the Middle East to go talk to all these people at ISIL? And then you'll make the evening news.
And, you know,
As they're snatching you up with your hands behind your back, as they pull your hair back, if you're bald head, they just reach down, grab your ears, and slit your throat.
you know what happened with the three Americans, when it was on the subway in Paris.
Yeah, and,
You know?
and I love that Marine.
Yeah.
You know, the Marine said it. He was not politically correct.
He was not.
He
no.
was not politically correct, and you'll probably turn around, and they'll probably somebody will want to know that what he said was when they went up and they charged when the guy's gun stopped, and all the Marine said was he grabbed the barrel and he just kept banging it against the guy's head. Okay. Now we're going to have some people, oh, that was so terrible. That's so terrible. That was cruel. That was unusual punishment. You did not talk to him. Once you had a hold of the barrel of the gun, I guess there'll be people in this country that are so wacko in the universities should have read him his rights. You should have probably talked to him. We should understand what made him. He didn't have a job. He had all those guns, everything. He didn't have a job.
He had 7 clips in his bag, okay, and he took his shirt off, all right, and he thought he was like some sort of ISIS Rambo. And these guys,
No,
these
he was
three
like
Americans,
Anthony Weiner.
Oh, no,
he was a fruitcake
he was
too.
They're
all fruitcakes, you know.
Oh,
you want to know what I want to know? Did you see that that one that they're letting him out of the service because he stopped that guy from
Oh yeah. Okay, I know who you're
Afghan
talking about.
army.
Yeah.
who was a little 12-year-old boy.
Yeah.
Well, having sex with a 12-year-old boy and you're some guy 30 with a big beard, I thought that would come under the, they're anti-religious gay. So
Something.
they should have just put a bullet through his head for help Allah.
Yeah, that probably would have worked. Hey, Maury, we got to take a break.
We do.
Okay, we're going to take a break.
But you didn't tell me who these.
Well, we're going to find out. We're going to find all that
You'll
out.
find out the Twitter.
Dallas will let us know about that. You are listening to Grizz Nation here on the Grizz Nation Radio Network. You can call in and join us here at 855-984-7499. That is 855-984-7499 to talk to Maury Taylor, the Grizz. We will be right back.
How are we supposed to get these?
This is for all you farmers out there in Grizz Nation who thought you could get better performance by dumping your tractor tires in favor of tracks. It might have seemed like a good idea at the time, but that was before you knew about a new technology in farm tires called LSW, developed by Goodyear Farm Tires, made by Titan. LSW stands for low sidewalls. That allows tires to operate on lower air pressure. LSW can outperform any track, horsepower to horsepower, with less compaction, a smoother ride, and lower fuel costs. We have hundreds of farmers who can tell you what they have found using the Goodyear Farm LSW tires and wheels. Just go to lswadvantage.com or call 1-800-USA-BEAR or see your local farm implement dealer. You'll be surprised at what you'll discover. The Grizz has got one question for all you farmers who've bought a new piece of farm equipment lately. You're probably mighty pleased with all the newfangled improvements, but did you know your 21st century piece of equipment is outfitted with tires developed as long as 50 years ago? That's why you still suffer from power hop, road lope, and high compaction. You might want to take a minute to learn about something called LSW. That's the new technology developed by Goodyear Farm Tires made by Titan. LSW tires have lower sidewalls. Why is that important? Well, it allows tires to operate on lower air pressure. The result, no more power hop and road load, reduced compaction, and lower fuel costs to boot. Take a few minutes to learn more about LSW tires at lswadvantage.com or call 1-800-USA-BEAR or see your local farm implement dealer and get the most out of your new farm equipment.
Welcome back to GrizzNation. Not safe for work if you're a bureaucrat. Dial 855-98-GRIZZ to talk with Maury Taylor, the Grizz.
And welcome back to Grizz Nation on the Grizz Nation Radio Network. Thomas Leduc once again along here with you. Let's real quick. Let's just read off the Grizz Nation Radio Network stations more if you want to do that.
No, let's just get to the phone.
Oh, you want to get to?
Here,
Okay, your
give us a
phone number?
call if you want to talk with us. 855
Yeah, do that. Yeah.
984 7499.
Yeah. Okay.
Or Twitter us at Maury Taylor.
That's easy
We're-
enough.
we're
Now,
trying
real
to-
quick,
we're-
we've got a tweet.
Okay, shoot.
Rebecca on Twitter says Hillary Clinton is useless. She's like a rowboat without a leak. So the babe is like a rowboat without a leak.
Well, if she was in a rowboat, it'd be a low, any kind of wave would sink it, okay? So
I'm not going to comment on that.
I would. Anyhow, the other situation,
That's your show.
you know, we're talking about ICE and all this immigration problem.
Right?
And there's enough laws. Trump's right. Build the friggin' wall and then give the tools to the people to enforce them. When there's no enforcement, you got chaos, and that's what you have. And let's, they don't pay much attention, but I said this last week, and I'll tell you again. Since Obama's been president, you have almost 35 million immigrants. Now, this is what have come into this country legal, folks, legal. Think about that.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you want to know why we have, 90 million people without jobs? Now, I know they lie to you, keep your doctor. You can go on. And if you think there's 5% unemployment, if you get 5% unemployment, tells you can't find good people. All right. And that's not the case here. Wages would be going up. The thing would be moving. And Donald's right. We got to make this country great again. You look at, number one, the federal government's choking everything. We talked about it last week. Just look at here. Here's another thing. We got it. A lot of the states have gotten rid of a lot of the liberals, but they still have California. They still have New York. There's a bunch of still of them, Illinois. Well, the governor's in there, but they've got the same Democrats running the state. It's bankrupt.
Mm-hmm.
Minnesota's still got a bunch of wackos. So, when you go, and of course, Oregon is just trying to outdo California. But, July is the hottest month on record.
The hottest ever?
Well, since they've been keeping the
All right.
1800s.
All
So,
right, yeah.
it's modern day. Hell no. Hottest was when it started. There was nothing. But
It's a hell of a lot
they don't
harder.
understand anything. And, but they're crying, the sky's falling. Well, July was Earth's hottest month. And what looks to be the hottest year on record, which is a short record, So is it time to it? Not quite. 'Cause
Drop in the bucket.
when you start checking it out, it was, get this, folks, 0.02 degrees. You don't even have a clue, folks, how little that is. Okay. So this is a report, and there's temperature 0.2 decimal points. I'm an engineer. We're probably hot because the sun burped. And when the sun burped with their magnetic waves that came out, electrons, they just come in and screw everything up. If you're facing the sun at that time, that's probably what increased the temperature. So, it really is crazy what they're running around talking. So there is no standard. And, they're doing this by satellite, which when you talk about satellite, you're only getting a temperature versus the last 20 years. So we're probably coming in right before we do an ice age. And if you could get that, who are the ones over there talking to those people in the Middle East from ISA? And then did they know how to convert from metric or centigrade to Fahrenheit?
I don't.
It is really crazy, folks.
Yeah.
And God bless us, we didn't change. So, but what do they want to do with this 0.02 degrees? Why are the liberals, they just have to have a cause. They don't have a clue. I wish I could have, been around when horses were around, and they're probably trying to figure out how to put something on the horse's rear end for how big, they kept plopping those plops down there that you didn't want to step in. So,
Still don't.
but they want to suck billions out of our economy.
Yep.
Oh, which would make us less competitive with everybody. They also, according to Obama, that 0.02 degrees is a bigger threat to us than ISA.
We've
Hey,
got
folks.
we've got a caller.
All right.
Okay. And we are welcoming to GrizzNation Rachel from Cleveland. You want to talk about Hillary and fruitcakes?
How you doing, Hillary?
I'm not Hillary.
Rachel, I know.
Jeez, oh, Pete.
I know how to.
I want to
keep
talk
my emails
about her.
on the straight and narrow.
All right. Go ahead, dear. What's your question?
So I think it's very interesting that Hillary, with all of her scandals, and only 2% of people seeing her as being trustworthy on her email scandals, she is inviting a primary from someone other than Bernie Sanders. And I thought it was really interesting that Joe Biden met with Elizabeth Warren yesterday, and I wanted to see what you guys think if possibly he was shoring her up for either support or to be his vice presidential running mate to take on Hillary. What do you guys think?
I didn't know that Biden met with Elizabeth Warren.
Yeah, he did meet with Elizabeth Warren. I would believe that meeting was to see if Elizabeth would throw what they perceive her liberal side. Her liberal side is in the academia. Okay, so that's pretty much I think what Biden was trying to figure out, because they know Hillary, so many people have in the Democratic side swung right with her. They're obsessed with it. They're just obsessed with Hillary. They can't even see how bad. And personally, I think everybody is lost their way. And you have to understand that between the Democrats and the Republicans, they have a little philosophy difference, but Trump told the truth when he told everybody, as a businessman, you got to give money to both of them. All right? That's just the way it is. And, when you think where he builds big buildings, he doesn't build big buildings in a lot of areas that the Republicans have. He ends up having to go into the cities, and you got to deal with the city machine, and it's all crooked, always has been. So I think that's that Biden is trying to figure out, can he get enough money? And I think what's happening behind the scenes is Obama's out trying to put the twist the arm to get him money.
Yeah.
And I think on the other side, what's holding them back is, I think Kerry's got some people out running, which I mentioned earlier. And I really don't think it makes a difference who gets it from the Democratic side. I mean, it is such an old, progressive, but when you're in that group, they think in their brain, whatever little peas are sitting in there, that this is what the whole American, they can't see it. They cannot see the damage they have done. And they can't see it because they've never been able to build anything. And when you go to look at Wall Street and the people that cut money, you look at all of them, it's crazy. Even Soros, who funds so many, he's a multi-billionaire. But if you notice, he was one of the biggest buyers of coal stocks, because the coal industry has been totally driven into the ground.
Well,
Their stocks, all the money everybody lost, because all the reporters have written how coal is gone, solar's here, wind's here. Of course, they forget how many birds they've been killing, which is against the law, but they got excused for that, because that's what happens. So, Rachel, I think it's. I don't think anybody from that side's going to win against any good candidate from the Republicans.
Well, Rachel, let me ask you this, because Maury here 5 weeks ago made a prediction, said that Hillary wasn't going to be the nominee, and I damn near fell out of my seat. And so far, it does look like he's on track to be right about this. Now, do you think that Biden has a shot at this, and do you think that Anthony Weiner's a fruitcake? Because I loved it that he called him
I don't know about a fruitcake, but he's certainly a pervert.
Yeah.
But maybe
Well,
I'll
you
DM
get
him
in
and
trouble when you call them those things.
Yeah, that's right.
I was just doing it for everybody could understand the guy's a friggin' fruit. Okay, he's a fruitcake. And if you look, and his wife, who I don't
Weiner.
know her, but she's been with Hillary since the day one.
Yep.
She had no secret clearance or anything.
Uma Weiner.
And now she's getting all the secret emails, and then she's deciding what she should give to Hillary. Both of them should be tried. And I'll tell you what, Obama now, he's going to have to choke it down. But you watch, he's going to have to give both of those women, a pardon. Because you elect a Republican, they're going to bring the charges.
He's going to give the babe a pardon?
He's going to have to give her one.
Oh, jeez.
Hey, it's illegal. So,
Rachel,
anyhow, Rachel,
thank you very much
thank
for the
you
call,
very much.
Rachel.
I enjoyed it.
Oh, thank you.
Thank
Have
you.
a good
dear.
night.
Bye-bye.
We have another call before we go to break. We've got John from Southeast Michigan. He's calling about Marco Rubio. And, he's vacating that seat down in Florida to run for president. John, welcome to Grizz Nation.
How you doing, John?
I'm excellent, gentlemen. Thank you for having me.
No problem.
So my question is, what is going to happen with Rubio's Senate seat down in Florida? and it looks like Alan Grayson's running on the Democrat side. And I have to think if they
There's no
nominate
nut job.
Grayson,
That's
the
the greatest.
Republicans will hold the seat.
That's a nut job if anybody found one.
Alan Grayson.
Him and, the perfect marriage would be between him and Debbie
Wasserman Schultz.
I mean,
Yes.
those two mouths, just think what a child between them would come out to be.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, gosh almighty. It's pathetic. But anyhow, no, I agree that I think the Republicans, I don't know who down there. I was thinking it was going to be the Attorney General. In fact, I think she might be looking at that. Is her last name Bondi?
I don't know.
I think that's
Yeah,
John.
is it? Yeah. Oh, okay, that's right. Yeah, I believe you're right. Pam
Yeah.
Bondi? Yeah.
Yes.
I believe so.
And she's a sharp cookie, and she would take him and twist him up and side down and make a fruitcake out of him real quick. Okay. So that's my idea.
John, what do you think is going to happen down there in Florida? I mean, because you have an unusual situation that two powerhouses from the same state, and it's an important electoral state, are running for the GOP nomination with former Governor Bush and Senator Rubio. So what do you think is going to happen down there?
I'm not too sure. It's a very interesting situation. It's got to be an exciting time to live in the state of Florida. I think that. And I think that you've got a number of good candidates on the Republican side. I hear the lieutenant governor is running as well as a couple of Republican congressmen. So I think that whoever the Republicans nominate, if they're going up against Alan Grayson, they're going to win, regardless of who they nominate. I just think that the Dems would be making a big mistake if they nominated Grayson.
Well, maybe
they
Charlie
got so
Crist.
bad they got to get Charlie Crist back.
Maybe Charlie Crist to go.
Maybe
Yeah.
Charlie can go.
What do you think? I can't believe the Democrats. I actually,
that's actually a good idea compared to nominating Grayson.
I got to tell you, I can't believe that the Democrats would actually nominate Grayson. I mean, I would think that somebody would grease a pole somewhere and it'd fall on him.
Well, but you see, Tom's making a mistake of thinking that the Democrats have a sense of logic and what's best. Okay,
yeah.
They're going to throw out their nutcakes. It's a little bit like
Grayson
the
is a
Motor
fruitcake.
City and the lady that on the council.
Oh,
She wanted. Where's Obama going to give us our stash?
yeah, that's right. That's right. The
We
Obama
need-
stash. That's
it's
right.
Obama stash.
Yeah.
I mean, when you sit and think about it, and you think about the county, you think about the council in Detroit. Why are they paid? And you can almost start thinking of all of this. Why are they getting these salaries, cars? They're all nuts. And the same with school boards. You go to some small towns, the school board, you get nothing. Maybe they feed you lunch in the school cafeteria.
Yeah.
But that's about it. When did all these people trying to make livelihoods and think they're so friggin' important? I mean, it's
Well,
kind of
John-
crazy. It's
John,
what it is. John,
that-
I appreciate
That was
the
a
call.
good question, John. Thank you for listening to Grizz Nation, and call again. Thank you,
right.
Well,
sir.
thank you, gentlemen. Have a good one.
Thank
Yep.
you.
Well,
All
let's
right.
let's take a break, Maury, and then when we come back, we have another caller. You are listening to Grizz Nation on the Grizz Nation Radio Network, and once again, you can reach out to us a number of ways. You can call us at 855-984-7499. That's 855-984-7499. Or on the Twitter that the kids are all crazy about, at Maury Taylor. You are listening to the Grizz on the Grizz Nation Radio Network. Okay.
No one knows your farm tire needs any better than the Van Wall John Deere Goodyear folks in Madrid, Iowa. And right now, you can upgrade your late model four-wheel drive, tractor, and combines with all the new Goodyear LSW tires made by Titan at remarkable prices. And get a fair value for your trade-in. Don't keep running 40-year-old tire technology. Change over to LSWs. Reduce your risk of operating in wet conditions Keep on going in conditions that cause others to change fields, and lower your fuel costs to boot. John Deere is now offering the LSW option on their rubber-tired four-wheel drives, so you know this is the real deal. To get a quote from one of the Van Wall tire consultants, call 515-795-3400 or go to their website at vanwall.com. Van Wall Equipment, for all your farm tire needs.
Hi, I'm Mark Andel, owner of the Made in America store. Together, we can help grow our economy and create jobs for Americans by buying products made right here in the United States. Visit MadeInAmericaStore.com, featuring thousands of 100% American-made products from all American materials and labor. They are the highest quality products available. We've inspired a Buy American movement that is creating and saving American jobs every day and keeping our money here instead of sending it overseas. So are you tired of lip service? Let our government know what really matters to the American people. Creating jobs matters. Manufacturing matters. Made in America matters. After 4 years in business and countless jobs created through our 400 plus suppliers, we've built a simple working model to strengthen our economy. It's a proving fact. Made in America matters because China is a long drive to work. Shop online at MadeInAmericaStore.com or connect with us on Facebook.
Welcome back to Grizz Nation. No bull talk radio with Maury, the Grizz Taylor.
hold on.
98GRIZZ to join in. Now stand by for the Grizz.
And we are back. Welcome back to the Grizz Nation. I'm Thomas LeDuc, and sitting right next to me is the Grizz, Mr. Maury Taylor. You can once again reach out to us here at 855-984-7499, 855-984-7499, or on Twitter at Maury Taylor. And
We got Andrea.
well, Andrea, she's
Andrea.
calling from Washington. You want to talk about Rubio and Rand Paul in Kentucky. Andrea, welcome to Grizz Nation.
How you doing, Andrea?
Oh, thanks. Fine. No, I just wanted to bring up the fact that yesterday Rand Paul got what he wanted with the Kentucky Republican Party, and that they will now, for the first time ever, be caucusing instead of primarying for his seat, so that he can run both for the Senate and for the presidency. And I don't think that he's sucking. If that's the case, then he's sucking out space in the overcrowded Republican field. And so he just needs to get out. So I'm just wondering what you're thinking about that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I kind of agree with your statement. He's sucking up space, and but the thing that I think it's good that he's in the field at this stage. I think, truthfully, that they all should stay if they have the money. They can stay in this thing, up until probably into November. And then it's really going to get hard after November. Or if they want to run through the Iowa and New Hampshire, that's fine. The whole thing's going to clear after those two states. One is a caucus. When you run in Iowa, you really have to spend a lot of time, and you got to get a lot of people that are going to go marching around and do the events in people's homes and schools, etc. When you go to New Hampshire, you have a different situation because the independents can choose to vote Republican or vote Democratic. So you have there much more how the people of that state are going to come out and vote, much more than what you'll have in the state of Iowa. And in Iowa, you've got a total population of about 2.6, 2.8 million, but you're only going to get 100 and some thousand at a caucus.
Now, Andrew, so you're not in favor of what the Kentucky Republican Party just did.
No, I think that
No.
this is typical Paulian politics. I think that his dad does kind of the same thing in Texas, where he would, say and do certain things that he would then, he would vote for bills that had stuff in it for him. And I think that this is just Rand Paul kind of doing the exact same thing, where he says he's not a part of the establishment or whatever, and he argues against, he wants constitutional, getting back to the Constitution, and yet he's going to play these kind of politics, and who knows what kind of favors he promised to Mitch McConnell to get that, because Mitch McConnell tried to stop it. So you have to look at it that way too. Like, this is Rand Paul is not acting in a vacuum, and he's not acting as not the son of Ron Paul.
Well,
interesting. That's an interesting point. That's a very good, interesting point.
It's quite obvious. You keep a close eye on, since you're up in Washington, you're keeping a close eye on all of them.
You know what's up.
And you look
at Washington State, yeah.
Yeah, you look at Washington State and the West, contrary to most every place else, your Seattle area kind of like governs what happens, because that whole eastern part is conservative. So the same thing happens in Oregon. You guys have had some of your own out there in the state of Washington, on elections, you see. You're still mailing all their ballots in. So before you go down and beat up on all those poor people in Kentucky, love.
Yeah.
You got to get out there and make sure, you don't have all those Dems out there bringing in all those illegal aliens.
I'm going to have to agree with Maury on this, because at least Kentucky has bourbon. What did Washington? What'd you guys do? Starbucks?
No, we produce most of the hops for all your beer, so you can just get over it at this point.
Andrew, really quick.
Good girl there.
You wanted to bring up something about Rubio really quick?
No. I was just saying, since you guys were talking about Rubio in Florida, I was going to bring up Rand Paul and Kentucky.
That's excellent point, Andrea. That was a good question and analysis.
See, it just goes to show he's not as fast with the thinking cap today, Tom, isn't as you are.
Not me ever. No, not at all.
So thank you for the call, dear.
Andrea, thank you. Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, so once again, we're coming up to the end of the first hour. You can reach out to Maura here at 855-984-7499. That's 855-984-7499, or tweet us at Maury Taylor. You were checking the watch, like I'm wrong?
Well, yeah, because I didn't think we were going too quick, and I got a lot to get.
No, I've got a tweet. So. I've got a tweet here.
You got a tweet?
Okay, No Bull on Twitter says responds to the 0.02 degree temperature increase at Maury Taylor. Yep. CFL bulbs require hazmat. If you drop one in the house, they can kiss my butt by the incandescent lights in my house. #thieves. Oh.
Well, just remember, Steve, that they came up with some wacko that we're spending $16 billion into an energy department.
Right.
That, remember Jimmy Carter? President Carter,
the 39th president of the United States.
That we were going to run out of oil by 1997. Yes, that's what he told you.
Was it 97?
No, 1990.
1990?
Yeah, he was talking about that back in the 70s. That's where you got a 7. You were too
then,
young.
Really quick, Sherry on Twitter responding to the tweet about Biden and the Warren meeting. At Maury Taylor, rest assured, Valerie Jarrett is running that meeting.
Well,
yeah.
She's got time now that she's done with the Iranian negotiations, and because she was born in Iran, so Valerie knows all. She's the highlight of the world in the Obama. She got him elected. So the only thing I can say is he ran twice. I didn't vote for him. I don't think he's the smartest thing since Einstein. That all those people that were just, Chris Matthews, his leg was shaking.
The tingle up and down the
They're all
leg.
a
That's
bunch
right.
of
Yeah.
freaking nuts.
Yeah.
Okay, they're nuts. Let's get Donald, and I didn't have anybody in this race, but once everybody starts like, oh, he's gonna fade out. He's gonna fade out. Well, first thing is
Are you making
Nobody
an
had-
endorsement here today?
nobody had 30. You got to remember, folks, Mobile, Alabama.
30,000 people.
You aren't going to get 30,000 people to come listen to Donald Trump unless they're really serious.
And you know who showed up on stage with him?
Yeah, Senator Stetson. But
Senator
what
Jeff
happens?
Sessions. That's right.
What happens is it's hot. The mosquitoes are there. I've been to Mobile. All right, you don't want to be in Mobile. All right, you sure as hell don't want to come out of your house and go out there, Mobile, and put the lights on you for the mosquitoes can just have a blast. So they turned out because they want change. And you go into, everybody knows I'm a factory rat and that I go into the plants and I travel all the time. I'm telling you now, it's not just the Republicans, it's the independents, it's the Democrats. Trump, if he ran as a Democrat, hell, he'd already wipe out everybody.
Right.
That's just a fact, okay? He'd have a blast. But he's having a blast as a Republican. And I do believe he's at the age of his life where he says, hey, I'm not going to sit back here and do nothing. And there's a lot of people in this world that they don't like people getting snowballs thrown at you, all right, or being shot at. And Trump, he spent his whole life doing that, okay? And, you learn to take it. You got to learn
We've got a minute before the top of the hour. What do you think the GOP brass is thinking after they saw that rally? 30,000 people showed up in Alabama.
Oh, they're just sitting there. They're all talking to Mitch McConnell and all the other establishment. Well, what we gonna do? What we gonna do? And there's not a lot they can do. All right. So I mean, people are fed up. Mitch McConnell. Well, Hillary did the wrong thing in the Senate, and he passed all this stuff because he did the nuclear option. Well, we're not going to be like that. I mean, if we're going to change it back. So, it's like telling the Patriots, well, we don't care if you make the ball a little softer for your people.
Okay.
We don't care, and the judge don't care either because Brady's going to be playing.
We've got to wrap up. We are done with the first hour of Grizz Nation here on the Grizz Nation Radio Network. Once again, you can reach us at 855-984-7499. That's 855-984-7499. Or tweet us at Maury Taylor. Top of the hour news next, and then second hour of Grizz Nation with Maury Taylor coming up. You are listening to the Grizz Nation Radio Network.
Still manufacturing the best York Stock Exchange companies in sales and earnings growth. Maury Taylor, that man with the vision and the personal business startup, had pulled himself up from small-town welder to industrial giant. And the Grizz, as they named it on Wall Street, is now the only candidate for President of the United States with the extraordinary toughness and business experience to finally turn around the problems of our country.
If it hadn't been for him, this place wouldn't be running today. If he could run this country the way he runs his plant, and he's the president.
When I found this company, it was a beat-up old factory. Management had run it into the ground. Not unlike our company. I didn't have it. Making our products. That's all it took here. And really, that's all it will take in America. Business experience, common sense, not politics. Everyone asks, how do you think you can win? Well, Clinton can win. When will we learn that politicians are absolutely the worst people to manage our government? They're too busy talking to listen, and they have no experience whatsoever in managing a business. And how hard is it for them to understand that our government, with income, expenses, and personnel, is the largest business on earth? Our government should really be managed to an even higher standard than this because our elected officials are managing other people's money. A lot of folks I meet think the problems in our country are so bad we can't solve them. That's not true. We just keep sending these wrong people to solve them. Would you hire a politician to run your farm or your company? I'm not a politician and I'm not a lawyer. I'm in business. Focus on a problem, determine a solution, demand immediate change, then move on to the next problem. That's what I do every day. That's what we need to do. It's not as hard as they've been telling us all these years. Our deficit and debt are enormous. All we need to do is start day one, become one-third of federal
We have a couple more tweets. Fergus on Twitter and Jenny on Twitter. Well, you can't retweet him. No, that isn't. That's just Brian's just copy. How'd you do that?
Trying to get that thing popped out.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay.
Touched it.
That's okay.
Did everything.
All right, right.
Doesn't work that way.
Here we go. Can you hear okay?
You're listening to Grizz Nation with Maury the Grizz Taylor. Dial 855-98-GRIZZ to join in on Common Sense Talk Radio, coming right at you in 3, 2, and 1.
Welcome back to Grizz Nation here on the Grizz Nation Radio Network. My name is Thomas LeDuc, and I am happy to be sitting next to and joining Mr. Maury Taylor, also known as the Grizz. Hope you were with us the first hour. If not, you can enjoy the second hour of Grizz Nation here, and you can reach us and join us like we had a number of callers the first hour, 855-984-7499. That's 855-984-7499. Or you can reach out to us at Maury Taylor on Twitter and watch us live on thegrizz.com. Maury?
Well, we got a couple tweets.
Yeah, you want to start off with those?
Let's start out. What are the tweeters?
Okay. Fergus on Twitter says, at Maury Taylor, agreed, I don't support Trump, but the support he's receiving is all on the GOP leadership and their betrayals of the base. What do you think of that?
I think he's got a big point. I think people out in the country are fed up, okay? This is not the college professors. This is not the commentators, the talking heads on TV, the establishment. You know, they like to go to their parties, all right? So, you know, they stick within that. What you have is with all the new media, all the new stuff and the communication, just like we're doing here tonight, they turn around and they're participating and they're fed up. And I'll tell you something, the biggest point was what you've seen with Trump going to Montgomery this time of year. Big time.
Janine on Twitter doesn't sound like she's a Trump fan. She's responding to you that you said you could be running as a Republican, Democrat, or Independent. At Maury Taylor, it's reassuring to know that people are ill-informed and gullible across party lines.
Well, you know, I would say to you, what was her name now?
Janine?
Janine.
Yes.
You say gullible, all right? I've not sat down and chit-chatted with Trump. I have met Trump a couple times. He builds buildings. I don't build buildings, okay? But I do know that it's in a family. His father was very successful. He understands what you have to do for raising the money, the showmanship, and what he's done. I do know that what he builds is real high quality. I do know that he's made a lot of money. He has opinions just like you have opinions and I have opinions. My businesses that I'm involved with, everybody else said you could not succeed in manufacturing in the U.S. First it was Mexico. From Mexico, it was to Japan. Japan then become China. Then it become India. So, you know, unless you have a lot more information and just want to take a stab, what you've had so far in this country is the Democrats and the Republicans have generally always chosen someone that was in the party, paid their dues. And you look at the situation about Obama. Obama's the first one the Democrats didn't take an old blue boy that had been in there. No different than the Republicans with Dole and with McCain. And Obama won. Obama wasn't the same, and he crossed them too. Granted, it wasn't very good results.
Let me get to what she's talking about, though. There is a lot of consultants out there are now just coming out and they're firing everything they have at Trump because it's a threat, and it's directly attack on the base, the people who basically for 20 years now.
No, you're missing her point. Her point, from what you told me, is how gullible across all party lines to be supporting Trump. She thinks Trump's an idiot.
She thinks the people supporting him are idiots.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Same thing. So the consultants they're just being what they paid to do. The consultants don't know what in the hell they're doing because the consultants figure that the 74% of this country doesn't pay a lot of attention, and they're ticked off. And that's what's happening. The elitists have done real well. Now you watch what happens, and I think you got a big thing. You got people are stepping up. They're fed up. They're fed up with all the political culture. I mean, let's just look in my endeavor here, and we won't use names, but like the little one with his voice. Oh, you can't say stupid, Maury. You can't say that.
You're not talking about the guy that's not watching right now, are you?
That's what we're talking about, say? Well, because in all honesty,
I like him.
I like him for 20 years. So but that's what's happened. He's become one of the older ones in the group, and he just falls right in. This is better wine. I like this here. I said that. They forget what happened.
It's not me, William. But
I didn't mention it.
you know what this is my theory is that a lot of these people that Trump is affecting. Okay. It's the old Reagan Democrat coalition.
There's no question part of it.
Yeah.
There's no question it's a good part of the Tea Party.
Yeah.
It's people who, if you turn around, like they always tell you, the politicians tell you, we want to get the people that send the $5 to $10 because they'll go out and work for you.
Right.
Instead of the big guy, but they need that guy, as Trump says, that writes a $100,000 check and this and that.
Right.
The little guy, they just want him in to get him to participate. And so, but Trump doesn't need the money. So,
And he's spent
he's
almost
not
nearly
going up.
nothing so far.
He's got the bazaar. And all those people that showed up, 30-some thousand,
Yep.
hey, you got to remember when Obama was out there, because he brought in a different, but go look what he said. Everything he told you, he lied.
Yep.
And you could have found everything he said lied if you looked. But nobody wanted to say he lied. And not even the established Republicans didn't want to say he lied. Now Trump stand up, he ain't backing up. He said the right thing about the O'Malley. When O'Malley said Black Lives Matter, White Lives Matter, all lives matter. And then they yelled at him, oh, I'm sorry, only Black lives. I didn't mean that. Come on.
He's a fruitcake. Now he's a fruitcake.
Yeah, he's a real big one.
Yeah,
Look
he's
at
a
his
fruitcake.
record.
Yeah.
Why don't Maryland 10 times? They raised taxes while he was governor. Baltimore, he was the mayor.
Yeah.
And look what he left behind, folks. Look what he left behind.
Once again, you can reach, if you want to talk to Mr. Maury Taylor, the Grizz here, talk about any of the things that we've talked about so far, you can reach out to us at 855-984-7499. That is 855, toll free, 984-7499, or on Twitter at Maury Taylor. And Maury,
now,
where are
here's
you
the
at
other
now?
thing. We're the land of the free.
Yes.
Of course, they don't come and report all this out to you folks, but here, a new report on the freedom of countries around the world. Like, we're 20th. We're 20th. Chile is higher than we are. God, what? And you want to know why? We have been declining since the mid-2000s. Thanks to overregulation, red tape. Geez, does that seem like an appropriate time to say, thanks, King Obama. Thank you. Thank all you Democrats. You sure are for the working men and women. Give me a break. They should change the name of their party, and just say what they are. We're socialists, half commies. Now, we're drowning all of the creators, entrepreneurs under the taxes, regulation is just going nuts. More government, more government. And you want to know what's wrong with Europe? Same thing. Anybody who thinks the EU is going to succeed, it can't, folks. It can't. All you have to do is stop and think. Here you have England, France, Germany, Spain. You go on. Those are countries. Countries. Now, what are they going to do? They're going to form another government on top of the governments they all have. You know, what's that do? Stupid. You don't have to be smart there.
I thought you're
That's
not supposed to use
stupid.
stupid. You're not supposed to say stupid. I
Yeah,
thought.
well, it is, you know. Now,
Well.
and you look at us, and what are we doing? Oh, we got to build the federal government bigger and bigger. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Okay. I mean, you might as well just say, hey, go common, you know. And I had a cousin, you know. Remember back in the 60s? Oh, the nuclear bombs. It's better red than be dead. You know.
Or in the early 80s, too, when Reagan was doing the buildup in
Yeah,
Western
well,
Europe, yeah.
Yeah, that comes from the universities.
Yeah.
And you know something, folks? Universities didn't do too good in the communist country.
No.
Because if you spoke out like you speak out, they just put a bullet in you. And that just shows how dumb you are to say what you say. Anyhow, we, then this Tehran, you know, it came out this week, you know, that the UN is going to let them go check their sites. They do all their testing. It's a joke. It's a total joke. Now, you know, and what's Obama say? Oh, all we can do is have war. If we don't approve of this, we're going to have war. You're going to have war. Yeah. Well, let me just tell you, the worst thing the Iranians ever want to see is us getting ticked off, because it wouldn't be a long war. I'll guarantee you, folks. And it's a little bit like our ex-president. He didn't come on the TV to tell you that he was going to drop a little bomb in a tent. You know, Gaddafi ran all over the place, sleeping in a different place. You know, Stalin did the same damn
And dressing
thing.
up as a woman, too.
So what happened is that's when he gave up all his terrorism and everything
That's
else.
right, yeah.
Is when Reagan, he stuck a little bomb, you know.
Missed him by 15 minutes.
And
Yeah, in
that's
the tent, yeah.
But they got a little problem, you know. And you know, Carter ruined it when he didn't just blow the hell out of them for our hostages, okay? You know? So we listen to all this BS. Iranians, and we got 150 billion of their money. Keep it. How dumb can we be?
You take that 150 billion to build a wall. Alan Thompson on Twitter, at Maury Taylor, the Republicans did betray their base. They betrayed the American people.
Well, I would say this, that if you're gonna jump all over Republicans, the first thing is, let's just take the Democrats first, who are for the working men and women. They're for the middle class working men and women. If you want to talk about betrayal, they've been betraying them for years. So bad, it's a joke. Now, do we have some who in the Republican Party who did betray? Yeah, there's no doubt in my mind. Mitch McConnell betrayed. And the reason he did, because it's more important to him, to his little country club senators,
Yeah.
That he had his reign. He's trying to think that history's going to look at him and tell him, hey, you lied right through your teeth, man. Do you think he would have got elected in Kentucky if he told them what he was going to do? No way. So McConnell, there's a few more. You can go through them and find them. Who in the hell? The thing that bothers me is, why don't the other Republicans turn around and just caucus and throw them out?